return to another episode of Rainy Books with Amanda. Today I will be checking out The Key to Everything by Valerie Fraser. Probably gonna butcher this. Luce? I think it's Luce. I'm so sorry if I'm wrong. But beautiful name. So I will be reviewing this today. It is a Lone Star literary book review. I've talked about it on my first couple of book reviews, but basically Lone Star Literary Life is a awesome resource for authors based in Texas. And even if you an author and you just kind of want to know what's new in the book world today, you can always subscribe to their newsletter, and I will link their website down below so you can follow them. But yeah, a little bit about Valerie before I get into the book. She is a best-selling author. She also currently is a senior travel editor for Southern Living. I don't know if other states receive Southern Living, but it's a pretty big magazine publication here in Texas. So if you get a chance to read all of her stuff, she writes for Southern Living. And she also has written a couple of other award-winning books, including Missing Isaac and Almost Home. And so this is her third book that she has written, and she does have a little snippet of her next book that she's working on, so that is pretty awesome. So a little bit about the actual book. It follows this young man named Peyton Cabot, and it's actually based on true events. And so Peyton Cabot's 15, I'm just going to read the back just because it's easier. So Peyton Cabot's 15th year will be a painful and transformative one. His father, the heroic but reluctant head of moneyed Savannah family, has come home from World War II as a troubled vet, drowning his demons in bourbon and distancing himself from his son. A tragic accident shows Peyton the depths of his parents' devotion to each other, but interrupts his own budding romance with the girl of his dreams. Struggling to cope with a young life unpended, Peyton makes a daring decision. He will retrace the journey his father took at 15, riding his bicycle from St. Augustine, Florida, all the way to Key West. Part declaration of independence, part search for herself, Peyton's journey will bring him more than he ever could have imagined, namely the key to his unknowable father, a longed-for reunion, and a calling that will shape the rest of his life. So when I first read this, I knew that would be more of like an adventure book, and as I actually read it, it became even, it became more than an adventure book. You really get to know different characters, get to know the time period. It does take place in 1947. Yes, it takes place in 1947. So, whole different world than it is right now. And the world is actually changing right now. We're going through some pretty big changes, and it's amazing, and it can be, but at the same time, like, there's so many other things going on as well, so it's good to take some time off of the screen and just get ourselves into a good book. And The Key to Everything was that book that I needed to just get away from the world for just a moment, or at least not the world but my screen. I needed to get away from my screen for at least a moment. So when I was reading this book, like, it really felt like I was reading like a late 80s, early 90s kind of movie, such as like Forrest Gump or Stand By Me, or I'm trying to think of a couple others, but you know what I mean. Like those kind of like adventures where these youths go on an adventure and it's really entertaining and not super kiddish, but like they're learning about themselves and growing as well. So that was just, so that's how it felt reading this book. It was like I was reading a movie, and I could picture everything in my head and how everything would go. So it was pretty awesome. You also meet a very colorful array of characters. There's too many to count, but you meet like an activist, an animal activist, you meet a drunk race car driver, you meet a big Cuban family, and it's just awesome to see how this character interacts with everyone and how open of a heart he has. I mean, not everybody has that open heart to just talk to people and meet people. And in a world where stranger danger is instilled in all youths from a very young age, it was nice to read something where you didn't really have to worry about stranger dangers, and everyone was just really nice. And so it was just kind of fun to read something a little bit different, because that definitely would not happen in today's world, or at least I don't think so. You know, it's not impossible, but you know. And then my favorite part of the book was when he met the Cuban family. They're just like this big family that all gets together on Saturday nights at the mother's house, and there's so much food going on. There's a party, they're dancing. It's a bunch of cousins and family and some friends, and they just make you feel welcome. They made Peyton feel welcome, and it kind of reminded me of like my family, and like we can all go to my mother-in-law's house or like my mom's house, and we all just get together and we just chill, and anyone can come. Everyone's invited, everyone's welcome. We don't turn anyone away. So it's just kind of cool to see that comparison. It's also interesting because sometimes I don't realize that not a lot of families are close together, and I'm just glad that Peyton, and I hope the real life Peyton, got to experience that, because it's just an amazing feeling when you're around that much family. And then the author does a real good job at story flow. Everything flows really well. The book kept me captivated from beginning to end, and I thought it was a pretty good book to read, especially right now. Overall, I give this book a 5 out of 5. It was entertaining. It was fun to read. There's adventure, there's romance, there's friendship, there's strangers, and all kinds of strangers. And it was just a good read. So if you're just in the mood for something a little bit new and a little bit old school, I do recommend The Key to Everything. It'll definitely keep you entertained. And if you just need some time off of the screen, like I know we all do, you should pick this up. Anyways, I'm sorry for any wind you may have heard, or kids. I'm still filming in the backyard, and the shelves did go up in the room, but I still have some stuff that I want to set up, and I think I need a ring light because there's not too much light that goes up there. So I'll be doing that, but hopefully I'll get that up soon. Or see if maybe I could do it without the ring light, because I'm not sure how fast Amazon can ship that right now with everything going on. So yeah, I hope you liked this review. You can check out all my past reviews and some other stuff that I've written on my blog at rainydayswithamanda.blogspot.com. I'll link it down below, and you can follow me on social media as well. And yeah, that's it for today. Have a good day, and until next time, happy reading.